I can't believe it. He said, that's a bum. It's not a head, it's a bum.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Sorry, I'm laughing. Can you see the wire?
The wire's still there.
The wire's still there.
And I'm also in a different room because...
Oh, I can see. Yeah, you are in a different room.
It's very random because the office is being prepped to be decorated. So everything from the office is in the dining room. So it's like, this is like, if I showed you it, it's like a jumble sow in here. But anyway, I've had such a ridiculously crazy afternoon. Yeah. So
but
what
also,
happened
how
was...
exciting. Sorry, you're getting your office done.
I know, it's not really essential though, is it? I don't know why it's happened like that, but the office is being done. Well, like the kitchen and bathrooms is more essential.
You're a working mum. You work from home.
True. So Paul went shooting this morning. Goodwood, clay pigeon.
Yes, because you was going to go.
So
wasn't you, originally?
I was going to go, and then I thought it's such a long day out, and even if I did take Edward and Mum with me, it would have been. It's just not the right thing for a baby.
Too much. Yeah.
It's too much. I didn't want to disturb everyone else. Anyway, I went last year. It was amazing. But anyway, Paul still went. So we've got one car at the moment. So he took the car, dropped the kids' school, took the car. So I've had no car today. Anyway, so pickup was meant to be Mum coming here, and then we was going to do school run in Mum's car. Mum's been in traffic for 4 hours to get here. It's been a nightmare. I couldn't get a taxi because I was, I'm only a couple of my close school mum friends. Obviously, it's really hard with logistics because all the kids have different clubs and different times and different pickups. So it's not as straightforward as just like one pickup. Anyway, so, and also car space is like so many kids, and I've got Edward in the car seat. I couldn't get a taxi. Like the local cab firms are fully booked and Uber just always cancels. Anyway, I managed to get a lift to Rosie's school, which is the school's in 2 parts, isn't it? I think I've mentioned that before.
You said that to me, yeah.
And then finally Mum was on her way. I went, Mum, just head to the main school and I'll meet you there. Anyway, so I got to the main school with Rosie and Edward, and Mum was still late. She got lost.
Was Mum freaking? Because she hates getting lost in the car.
She was freaking out. So not only was she stuck on the M25 for hours, she got to Surrey and was... Do you know what happened? There was a couple of road closures. Mum follows her car sat-nav, which is a big no-no.
Right. So can I just say, obviously, so this morning Mum was at mine filming. Yeah. So she left in really good time. She was like, I want to leave before 12. So I think she left about 11:30, 12.
Yeah.
I went to, just before you leave, Mum, have you checked your Waze?
Check the roads.
She went, no, I haven't got Waze. I don't use Waze. I was like, okay, well, there's only one way I can go because Mum doesn't drive over the bridge, does she? I hope that's a G&T. Is that a G&T?
Do you know what? That is a gin and tonic.
I knew it. Do you know what I was thinking? Because we never really record on a Friday.
Friday night.
I was thinking, are you going to have a little drink while you do it?
Well, do you know what I was? I was just rummaging. Oh, water. When I got home just then, I literally had to rummage around to find all this equipment because obviously the office has been put in here and I'm really unorganised. And then I was rummaging through the fridge because I haven't drank wine for a few weeks, have I? Because I don't think it sits well with me. It's a whole other story, guys. But anyway, I've not been drinking wine. It just makes me feel a bit sicky and bloated. But anyway, so I've been having gin and tonic, but I haven't got any gin. And Mum was like, oh, should I get anything for you? I was like, oh, don't worry. As I was rummaging through the fridge, I found a tinny.
Oh,
I was like, yes. I was like, I'll have that.
Especially if you've had like a stressful day. Like all the like school pickup stuff, that's so stressful.
It's been stressful. Then me, Paul, Rosie and Edward were all standing outside Paul's school. Mum was late, obviously, because she'd got lost from not checking following her car sat-nav, rather. I was like, Mum, get off the phone to me, go on your Google Maps and put in just Paul's school name. It'll bring you straight to the location. Anyway, where she's followed her car maps, there might have been I think there was a road closure. Her car map's taken her, I don't know, all sorts of random places all around the back roads. Anyway, she did get us, but then at that point, now mine are all kicking off. Edward's crying. Then we got in the car and Mum, do you know what the kids are like? All they want is a snack. As soon as you pick them up from school, snack. And obviously I didn't have a snack. Anyway, so obviously Nanny Susie always has a bag of chocolate. So then when Mum pulls up, the bag of chocolate comes out, but there's just everyone screaming and shouting. Rosie's grabbed something, Paul has. Edward's all stiff, screaming. I was like, just get in the car. Like,
I
just
bet
like
you
shouting.
walked in the house and was like, where's the gin?
I literally sat Edward on the floor with his toys, run to the fridge, and I was like, obviously, this is finding the gin was way more important than finding the equipment to do the podcast.
I was going to say, yeah, you needed that gin tonight.
But anyway, it's all fine. Mum's in the toy room playing with the kids now. I've got my G&T, and I'm making me and Mum a curry tonight, so I'll be doing that after this.
Mum said, she was like, I said, what's your plans the weekend with Mum? Mum was like, she's making me a curry tonight, which I'm really
do you know what, though? When Mum comes over, we always decide to get a takeaway. And actually, I thought, I actually prefer my curry to the takeaway curry, not just bigging myself up. But and also it's healthier. You know what you're putting in it.
Yeah,
you can have better chicken and doing like a chopped salad, little chapati things.
Ooh, so that sounds delicious.
Oh, and I'm still going to make some curries for you. So when you have the baby and I come over, I'm going to bring you some
batch
cooking, so you can just freeze it or whatever you want to do with it, and I'll make.
This is really funny because that's what me, Mum, and Greg were doing this morning. Batch cooking.
Oh, was you? What was you cooking?
So, well, shepherd's pie. Mum was teaching Greg her shepherd's pie recipe,
nice.
And because basically, like me and Mum was saying, when the baby comes, like, it'd be good if Greg can brush up on his cooking skills, and because Greg can cook if he wants to, like he's well and truly capable. I know, like you've always said,
Greg always cooks me something.
Yeah, like that's the thing. He can
breakfast.
Breakfast. That's what he's like. He's like, I'm really good at doing breakfast. But we taught him how to do a shepherd's pie. It was really funny though. Me and Mum just plotted up like on the stools, and he was like, you know what I mean, like the chopping the onion was so painful to watch. It was all fiddly, and then he was like moaning about his eyes watering, and then like all the onion was getting mixed up with the onion peel, and you're like, this is why I just do it myself.
So you've been batch cooking. What else have you been doing? You're filming, aren't you?
We've started filming again this week, so it's actually the weeks are flying by. Like I can't believe I've got 2 weeks until my due date.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
let me actually look at your due date. I hope your baby comes before I'm meant to be going skiing, otherwise I won't be able to go skiing.
The baby is. You'll definitely...
The only thing I've got in is Lapland, UK. Worst ways, I'm not going to Lapland.
We're actually going on Sunday. We're going early this year because I was worried
doing well to go pregnant.
Well, I was. It's my favourite Christmas night out of the year.
And do you know what?
I love it. It's so magical.
I know, like it's kind of the same every year you go, but it's almost like a tradition now, isn't it? We've been going since Paul was 1, so we're the same. It doesn't feel right if we don't do it.
It's
so
go,
nice.
I wanted to go. I wanted to go early. Usually we'd go in December as well, like nearer to Christmas. But the letter from Santa arrived early this year, so that I can go. And I'm really, really excited. Although obviously, it's a lot of walking about, isn't it, up and down? So I don't know how I'm going to be, but
I guess there is points where you can sit like each
completely
different part of it.
You do sit down, don't you? And then walk about,
and then right at the end, just sit with a hot chocolate. Oh no!
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't really like getting on there anyway.
Me neither. Hey, and last year it was so embarrassing because it was
everyone wanted you to do some spins.
And I was like shuffling around, and then I was like, I can't do anything on this ice.
The ice is too scratched, and these boots aren't
right. The ice is not good.
No, imagine if you just rocked up this year with your boots that you had from Dancing on Ice, and you was like just pregnant,
spinning around.
Elsa.
So we got that Sunday, and then I'm still like I'm just doing stuff at home. Like I've realised I've got so much baby stuff. So today,
really,
all of us.
What do you mean?
I've gone from nothing to loads. So
I hope you haven't got anything that I've bought you.
No. I've just accumulated like quite a lot of stuff over the last sort of 2 weeks, I'd say. And
what kind of things? Tell us.
Well, all different. So like baby clothes. I've got this baby cot. It's called a Baby Halo Bassinet. Yeah, Halo Bassinet Swivel. So Dad and Greg set that up today. That was entertaining. So I've got that. That's ready to go. I've just got like a few other bits and pieces, but I've accumulated like loads of things like blankets and loads of like.
Have you bought your nappies yet?
I've got nappies. I bought nappies.
Nappies are the cutest thing ever. You know, Edward's in size 4 nappies now, so you go from like new baby, don't you?
No.
1, 2,
Chunky
3.
lad.
He's in size 4.
That's the thing.
I'm sure they only go up to like 6 or something.
They go up to 7. I'm sure they go up to 7.
He's in a 4. Do you know what? Ever since I see you at
Chunky
Port
bum.
Lim, he's so heavy. The last few days, and I said to Mum, wait until you feel him. She was like, I only see him last week. I said, no, Mum, even since last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Excuse me, he's got really heavy, like
dense. Do you think it's because he's eating food now? Yeah,
all of it must just be because he's still drinking loads of milk, but now he's having the bits of food, like the meals. Yeah, he's having like I say meals. It's like the smallest little, but he's eating it and he's really enjoying it. You know, so
that's really good. And is he sleeping? Well, he's quite a good sleeper anyway, though, isn't he?
He's not. It's not that great. He basically, he's obviously still in the bed with me. I did order a cot, so the cot's set up in the bedroom we sleep in, but I haven't done the sleep thing yet because I haven't had the power
energy.
to do it. Yeah.
Do you know what it is as well? That's probably why he's waking up a lot because you're maybe moving in your sleep and he might.
Yeah, but it's not that. What I've done, what is wrong? It's not wrong. There's no right or wrong, is there? It's just how I've done it.
How? Yeah.
Basically, I soothe him to sleep, and they say, you know, the baby needs to self-soothe if you want him to sleep through the night. Yeah, so I haven't done that yet, and I will do that, and I will get him hopefully into his cot until he doesn't need. He doesn't need milk in the night anymore at the moment. No. So he doesn't actually need it, but he has it, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do is try to get him into the cot, and then when he actually stops breastfeeding completely, which I hope to do for a year, so another 6 months, then if he wants to come back in the bed with me, he can. You know what I'm like? Yeah. Or he can just stay in the cot. We'll see what happens, because that kind of happened with Rosie. Rosie was doing really well in the cot, and then when time went on, she just got back in the bed with us. But who knows? The cot's set up.
Just
it's
depends
ready to go.
As well. Like, I think obviously me and you know, we've both been very open and honest about our sleeping arrangements with the kids and stuff. But I think it's like what works for you, isn't it? And if you can sleep with them. If my 2 come in my bed every night, it would drive me insane. I have to have them in their own beds now at night. And now I'm sleeping a lot better. Like, we have the odd night, one of them creeps in. Like, but I think I might have said to you, it's since moving in this house because
they've been a lot more settled.
They stay in their beds. I mean, they do come in about 6, half 6, which I'm absolutely fine with.
That's fine.
Awake
yeah, that's
anyway.
fine.
But it's like, and I'm so like grateful to have my bed back because it was driving me insane because with like 4 of us in the bed, then Greg was getting up and it was like musical beds again just before we moved in this new house. So.
Our sleeping arrangements is Paul and Rosie in the big bed. And then I'm in the spare room with Edward. That's our kind of sleeping arrangements. The thing is, it's fine. It's not too bad, but it's really funny because I go in the mornings to get everyone up for school and Big Paul is like hanging off the end and the bed is emperor. Like it's huge. It's like 215 by 215. It's like the biggest size you could get, but Paul's still hanging off the end. He's like, this is just... But I think we're all so used to it now. But actually, I said to Paul, like, could you just imagine if it was just me and you in the bed together? It'd be so weird. I'm not even lying. Since having little Paul, who's going to be 7.
Just used to in the bed?
Never.
Ever.
So in the last 7 years, unless it's been a random night away in a hotel, just us 2, we've never shared a bed. Yes, 7 years.
Oh my God! But do you?
Never been on our own in the bed.
Do you? Because you're quite a cuddly person as well.
Yeah, I am.
But do you not want to get in the bed and have a cuddle?
Yeah, we're very.
I know you do that anyway.
We're together all day, and I'm always cuddling him, and we are very affectionate anyway. And actually, come bedtime, I like to go to sleep, and I like pure darkness.
Yes,
I've said this before. Paul likes telly on, and he goes to sleep to the telly on at like 1 in the morning.
So does Greg.
That doesn't work for me. See, that doesn't work for me. So I'm okay with the situation, to be honest.
I'm wondering if when I have the baby, I was thinking about this the other day, I've got a feeling that I'm going to be doing
in
what
the spare
you do
room with the baby.
and going into the spare room with the baby. Yeah.
Sometimes it's just better because one of you have to get a decent night's sleep almost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no point in both of you.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
See how you get on, because obviously if you're bottle feeding, it is different because Greg can do that. But ultimately, the newborn does want mummy because the smell and you've been in there, baby's been in your tummy that whole time. And look, everyone does whatever works for them, but you might just find yourself just doing it, even if it's the first 4 weeks, that first bit.
Yeah, I think just even getting, like, my bed's quite high in my bedroom.
Yeah,
and,
getting in and out the bed.
Getting in and out the bed with the baby. And like, I'm definitely going to try and breastfeed for the first bit anyway. So,
yeah.
I was
are you going to try,
are
you going to do some breastfeeding?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, good. That's
I'm
lovely.
definitely going to give it a go. Yeah, like for the first bit, for sure. So I was thinking, like, I'm probably going to end up in the spare room as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you are going to breastfeed for the first bit, then yeah, I would just, mind you, Greg can still be there. He can still be part of it, but there's just no point. Like, even with Paul, like, it's funny because I was listening to Parents in Hell, and this was ages ago. They were talking about that, and they were saying, Rob and Josh was saying how, like, he used to just sort of, like, the mum, that she would get up and breastfeed their baby, and he said he used to just show his face. But there's no point. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no point in them showing. It's more annoying, I think. Like, it's just like, you can't do anything. Yeah,
it's just like, I'm going to go back to sleep now.
Yeah, literally just like, everything all right, and then just going back in.
Do you know what's really funny as well, right? Me and Greg, so obviously, as you know, I've done some hypnobirthing, and I'm going to have another session next week just to brush up on some skills, because obviously now I know I'm...
Oh, wait, we haven't told everyone.
Oh, yes. Oh,
big
my God.
News.
I have to bring everyone up to speed. Okay, so last time on the pod, obviously, baby was breech, and I had my consultant appointment booked for discussing a C-section and to potentially turn the baby. And anyway, so I went for my consultant appointment early this week. I got to the hospital, sat down, we started chatting about everything. He looked at my previous scan photos, like the position of the baby from like the few days before. He was like, I wouldn't even attempt an ECV on you because I don't think it would work. It'd be very uncomfortable, and I wouldn't want to put you or the baby under any stress. I was like, well, I don't really like the sound of it anyway, so I was fine with that. And then we were talking about like cesarean and everything else, and he said, oh, let's just have a quick feel. And he felt, and he was like, oh yeah, I think that's that head right up there. And he went, right, let's just scan you and let's just see what's going on and see what position the baby's in now. He scanned me as he put the ultrasound on. He went, oh, and I was like, what? And you know when your heart goes and you're like, I was like, what? And he said, oh, I can't believe it. He said, that's a bum. It's not a head, it's a bum. And he looked at the midwife, and I literally just like burst out crying because I was so like, I know it sounds silly because obviously whatever to get the baby out safe, that's all that ultimately matters. But I was really worried, and I wasn't sleeping. I was anxious about having a cesarean because I've never had major surgery. And so basically things are back on track now for me to have a,
right. So next question: baby's head down.
Hopefully still.
I don't think baby's going to turn
now.
Well,
I keep thinking I've got a ball now, so I'm just on the ball.
Keep the baby
any opportunity, trying to keep the baby's head down.
So baby's in the correct position he should be to give birth naturally. Who can you have at the birth?
Well, I'm
assuming...
it
still 2-person rule?
Yeah, but we've always managed to get you in there somehow, haven't we?
I can't see 2 and not the 3rd.
I know, exactly. So
also, where you've done hypnobirthing and I've recently had a baby, like, all those feelings haven't left me yet from giving birth to Edward. It's so fresh that you do need me there, because Greg won't understand, obviously. Mum won't understand. She's not had a baby in 30 odd years. I've freshly had a baby, so I can, like, I get it.
Of course. And you know what? One thing I'm definitely taking from your labour with Edward is to try and keep up and like on your feet and moving about as much as possible.
Yeah. And that was because really, I mean, again, we have spoke about it on here, but realistically, when I was in established labour, when the contractions were like kind of like, wow, you know, I can feel them. That was 3 hours.
Yeah, I was just thinking I'd really like to try and have a water birth this time round.
Yeah, well, my water birth with Rosie was lovely, but I don't know, I just didn't fancy. I was in the water with Edward, but I remember I got out, but I think the water was too hot.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It was too hot, and do you know what? It's not actually as nice giving birth in daylight to what it is. I don't know why, but poor Rosie, I gave birth and it was like dark. With Edward, it was first thing in the morning, and I don't know why. It's a different feel. I think you prefer it to be cosy and darker. I think maybe that's a feeling of.
You mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
anyway,
completely.
Remember I was just so hot, but because you're having the baby in the hospital in the pool. The pool water in the hospital will be a perfect temperature, whereas Paul was filling up that pool from a hot tap. So it was
so it was
kettle
really,
water. It was too hot.
You was too hot. You wasn't feeling
I wasn't feeling it. Then I ended up giving birth to him standing
squatting.
up. Squatting.
But that is the position that we are meant to give birth in, apparently, isn't it? The squatting position.
It bearing down, whatever it's called.
Bearing down, yeah. So I just feel really ready for the baby to come now. I feel like after this weekend, I kind of need this weekend to get I haven't really packed my hospital bag yet properly.
But you've got all the bits you need. You've got your 6 pairs of pyjamas.
Yeah, and also, oh my gosh, nightie. I've been looking for a nightie online.
Oh, I thought I was going to buy. I thought, what do you mean you're looking for a nightie? I've got the nightie for you.
Can you give that to Mum so I can put that in my hospital
bag? That
bag?
nightie is going in your hospital bag.
Do you know what? A photo popped up on my phone the other day of you in that nightie.
I never want to see them pictures ever. I don't think I'll ever. I don't know why everyone was filming me, if I'm honest. I get that it's nice to have some pictures. Well, I'm going to film you just so you know.
Well, please do, because I think they want to use it for the Family Diaries baby special.
Right, I've got a prediction for a boy or a girl, so I've got like a little quiz.
Oh.
Can I do it with you?
Yeah, please.
Right, sweet or salty cravings?
Oh, both.
If you're able to eat a lot... What?
More salty.
Right, okay. So left is girl, right is boy. So 1 for boy at the moment. So boy. So if you're salty, it's a boy. If you're able to eat a lot of garlic and not smell it. Have you noticed that?
No.
No? Right, okay.
I can smell everything.
Right, okay. Morning sickness. Signs of morning sickness.
No.
This is awful. Look, I'm laying on the floor. That big paper
I love
mache
your
in the...
Revive collagen.
Oh, it's ridiculously extra. John got it for me as a
brilliant
office, but it's too big. I'm trying to... Sorry. It's the only place I can fit the charger. Right, okay. So, done sorts of morning sickness now. If your partner gains weight during your pregnancy, it could be signs you're having a girl. Has Greg gained weight?
If your partner...
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that.
He has put on a few pounds.
A lot? Or just a little bit?
I just put that down to, like, indulging, like, maybe not... He's not really been training much, to be honest, where we've been just extremely busy with house stuff and everything, so...
What about you? Are you moody? No, I don't think you are.
I've actually been I've been a little bit snappy with Greg recent days, but that's more because of, they just get on nerves, don't they?
Skin, how's your skin been?
Do you know what? I've been so lucky with my skin right up until the last week. I've had all spots round here. Like, my skin's been really good, actually, for once, throughout the pregnancy. But the last week I've had a bit of a breakout.
Well, this is saying... You can't. Basically, this test says that you're having a boy.
Dun, dun, dun. Loads of people keep going to me, that's a boy bump.
It is quite a boy bump.
What
You're
do you
quite low.
think?
I don't know. I thought a girl in the early stages, but it's 50-50. I really don't know. And I actually don't really love to speculate, although I've just done a quiz for you. I think it's just great to have a surprise.
I'm going to show you, though, how big my bump is now, because I know I
me.
see you last week, but... oh, God, it's hard to get... It's really big now.
Yeah, it's really popped out. And you've still got another couple of weeks. It just gets so big at this stage, doesn't it? Wow.
Gigantic.
I love a bump. I love being pregnant. I think it's so nice.
Yeah, do you know what? I just think this pregnancy, I've been a lot more uncomfortable than the other two. Like, just
so
uncomfortable. But other than that, I do enjoy it, yeah.
I wonder why. Maybe because we're in our 30s.
And also, everything's like a bit more stretched, and like I feel like at times, at the end of the day, I'm like clenching, thinking the baby's going to fall out.
So this actually is your last podcast before you take maternity leave, isn't it?
Yes, it is, sadly.
How long are you going to be off for? We're not sure. Might be a couple of months, right?
Months?
Well, yes, 8 weeks. 6 weeks? How long do you think you'll need? I think I had 6 weeks off the podcast.
So, milk it.
I did milk it, didn't I? I don't know what happened there. No, but you know what?
I
then
think,
it was some holidays.
I reckon 4 to 6
holiday.
weeks then.
What?
Yeah, it suited, didn't it? Let's do maybe like 4 weeks or something.
Well, don't worry, because we've got a new mic sent home, and Paul's going to step in your shoes.
Oh, yes.
But only for a couple. Gosh, we'll see how we get on. So, yeah, Paul and I are going to take over. Which will
That's going to be really fun. Me and Greg didn't do that. We should have done that when
I did suggest it to you both, but
I know. I think at the time filming, he was
filming, and then you was away for quite a big chunk of the summer. But so me and Paul are going to do a few, see how we get on, and then we'll just find out. Oh, that's going to
be really good, really interesting.
I hope so.
People,
actually, guys, you can send us an email to samandbilly@crowdnetwork.co.uk. If you send us Paul and I in some questions,
yes.
Oh, that's good. Spanish. Really good.
Spanish, señorita.
Send us in some questions, some quizzes, or, whatever it is that you want us to talk about, debates. Give us some ideas, because it's going to be obviously a slightly different format with Paul and I. So, get your ideas over. And it's going to be Christmas, New Year, new baby. There's going to be so much to catch up on when you get back, though. It's going to be...
So, and
obviously, remember when I came back, the first thing was the birth. So the first podcast when you come back, we need the birth one, like what I did. It's so great to do, like an in-depth tell-all.
Yeah, completely. Oh, my gosh. I feel like things are happening really quickly.
Exciting times.
This episode is brought to you by REDBUBBLE.
Billie, you have so many people to buy for over Christmas. You must struggle to come up with gift ideas.
I do, actually. I always want to get presents that are meaningful and have some thought behind them.
Exactly, which is why you should have a look at REDBUBBLE. REDBUBBLE is a global online marketplace that brings together a community of independent artists who sell unique designs on everyday products. So it's a really great place to find unique gifts this Christmas.
That sounds really good. So what kind of stuff can you get on there?
There are so many things on the site. There's clothing, wall art, stuff for your home, phone cases, stickers, accessories and more. So many things to choose from and lots of really unique designs. And the website is really handy. There's a gift section and it's called All Categorized. So you can find something perfect for everyone in the family.
That's really useful. It's great to find something different as well, isn't it?
Yes, and it's all designed by talented artists. You can even get fan art on there, so you can get something tailored to someone's favourite film or TV show with REDBUBBLE's newest partner, Netflix.
Right, guys, we have a 20% off promo code for you, which is valid until the end of December. It's RBC-Sam and Billie.
That's RBC-Sam Sam and Billie for 20% off. You can go to the episode description for the links and code. Right, so shall we do one dilemma and one ask us anything, and then I think that's all we've got time for. Should we do that?
Yes. Yeah,
right,
let's
okay.
do that.
So I'll read out the dilemma. Hi, Sam and Billie. My boyfriend is so jealous and it's really starting to get me down. I have nothing to hide, but have caught him reading my phone in the past, and it really annoys me because it's like an invasion of privacy. He also always brings up all my exes all the time and gets really jealous and asks so many questions about them. I hate this because I just want to forget about them and move on. How do I get him to stop and chill out? That is really childish. Like, how old is this guy? Like, don't you think that's like the most childish?
Yeah, that is very, very childish, and also equally really off-putting as well. Like,
really off-putting. I think, well, it depends how much you love this guy, but that would be, for me, there's a couple of red flags there. One being, why is he so jealous, and like it always makes you think that other person is up to something. Because it's like that like, kind of
could it
guilty,
be paranoia,
like, you know, that always would make me suspicious. Like, I'm not, you know, chill out, what are you doing? It makes you think that they're doing something. So it depends if you want to investigate that, because that to me is a big red flag. Also as well, it's just very childish to bring up exes when you're with someone. Like, you don't do that in a grown-up relationship.
They're an ex for a reason. Like,
exactly. And everyone has a past. Everybody has a past. And people shouldn't be criticised or judged for their past, because you're meeting that person for who they are and your opinion of them. So that's really bad. And, you know, that would be a massive put off for me. But obviously, if you love this guy and you want to make it work, then I would investigate, you know, is he doing something? Because
I would also, like, the way I'd say probably to deal with it is sometimes it's quite hard to build up the courage, but I would absolutely say, look, this is really getting me down. This is going to destroy our relationship if this doesn't stop. Like, be really honest, lay all your cards on the table. Give him the opportunity to stop. And if he doesn't, then you might have to reconsider the circumstances of the relationship.
This doesn't seem like, this isn't very healthy for him to be doing this, and to me it just feels like he's obviously hiding something. So yeah, I hope everything goes okay with that, but that doesn't sound great. Right, okay, so ask us anything.
What was the last lie you told the kids?
Right, this is really, I don't really lie to the kids, if I'm honest.
No,
I don't like to lie to the children, and I know that you can bribe them. That's a bit different. You can say certain things, but I like to be honest, and I just think that if you fall into that trap of lying to your kids, that I don't know, I just don't. If you know what I mean, like I know what you mean. I'm sitting here thinking I don't know. They might say to me, "Oh, I don't know. This is an example." Paul goes to me the other night. "Oh, can we go to Jackson's house tonight, like one of his friends?" And I'll go, "No, darling, we can't." "Well, can we go tomorrow?" "I'm not sure, darling." Do you know, like, you're just always trying to, like, I don't know. "Okay, well, can you ring chat?" And then he goes, "Have you rang chat?" And do you know, like, it's easy to say, "Yeah, I've rang," and she says they're busy, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I do things like that.
And it's like, look, Sharon's super busy. Mummy will call them, blah, blah, blah. But I don't like to physically, like, lie to them, if you know what I mean. It's like...
See, I'm saying that what you just said, like, I would do things like if I just know, like, it's not going to work having
and it's
doing that.
You know, it's last minute, it's just not convenient. Like,
I couldn't get hold of, that was it, I wanted Jerry to come over with the boys, because my two, basically Jerry's one of our friends, and couldn't get hold of Jerry all day. But Arthur was like, once Arthur gets something in his head, he doesn't give up on it. But when are they coming? But why are they? And then in the end I went, I said, I couldn't get hold of Jerry that day. She was busy or working. And I said, they've gone to their nan and granddad's son, and Jerry's out for the night, so they won't be coming over. Little things like that. But I know what you mean. Like, I don't really, my two are too savvy. They'd suss me out straight away if I lied to them.
Same.
They would be like, Mummy, that's a complete lie.
You're a liar.
You're a liar. Okay, next one. What is the worst part of being famous?
For me personally, I think when you're on holiday.
Yes, unwanted pap pictures.
And paps find you, even if you're on the D-Lo and you're not tagging location, and they get really horrible pictures of you.
You never feel...
Yeah, you don't ever feel...
on holiday...
completely
You don't ever
relaxed.
feel completely... you don't feel privacy. And I know this is really bad, but I've actually been, like we've rented villas or apartments for... Even because obviously like hotel grounds can be quite public, so you do have your guard up. But I've even been in villas and been paranoid about being packed over the bushes, because that's happened to us, hasn't it, before?
Yeah, that has happened.
Like, and that's in like private property.
Yeah, and I just feel like...
Can you remember Samantha?
Even in the Maldives.
Remember we caught that papping us through... Remember the apartment we had in Spain?
Yeah, it was,
And he was papping us through like over a wall through like a small gap.
It's so bad, and you just feel on edge a little bit. And also, like, even in the Maldives, where you'd never get a pap because they'd never get there. But you know, people have iPhones, and like to me, some arsehole took pictures of me on their iPhone when I was in the sea with the kids, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that?
That's the other thing. That is the other thing.
And sell them. They're not even taking it and just like... Oh, look,
send
put
it
on
to
their
their
WhatsApp group.
friends.
They're selling the set to the papers, like a set of pictures.
I was in the hospital recently when Nelly broke her arm, and I caught someone taking a photo of me. Their flash went off. It was really embarrassing.
I think people should be called out. Actually, no, if they're just doing it for them, then it's fine. Well, but if
this person was like that, and I already knew they was trying to take photos, and then their flash went off, and I was just like, oh
that's
my
so
God, really?
Oh my gosh, that's like caught out.
But do you know what? The holidays, like being in a bikini when you should feel relaxed, that's horrible, because then it does open you up to this whole like trolling, doesn't it, on Daily Mail about like how you look in a bikini and this and that, and or even when people just in general, like sneaky pictures, it's just not very nice, is it?
I know, it's awful, but it happens,
and I feel like
part and parcel of what we do. But I do think there should be some kind of privacy law when you're, I don't know, in a private property,
when you're on holiday,
hotel,
when you're away,
villa or something. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that
I get it. Like if you're walking on like a public beach, if you're walking down the street or whatever. But I feel like when you're around the
not
hotel,
in your hotel grounds, or your villa or apartment, no. And
that's horrible.
It happens every time we go away.
It does, doesn't it? That
so
always,
bad.
and sometimes I don't even I actually don't even really like to post until like I'm near the end of my holiday now.
I know,
because of that reason.
Same, and I hate that.
Sometimes I do question it. Actually, when we was in Greece towards the end of the holiday, and I've never ever been papped there, we caught a pap.
Did you?
Yeah.
We caught pap in Mallorca, to be fair. But it was too late.
And that's in a real private resort.
Pictures already got pictures. Because we're not going to hear from you before Christmas.
Yes.
Why don't you fill us in with what you're up to on Christmas Day, Boxing Day? I know you're going to have the baby.
Yes.
But so fill us in.
It's kind of all very like, we was going to do a really big Christmas Day here at our new house, but we've changed our mind now. We just think, like, we wasn't really thinking straight. We've obviously got a lot of family members. So we've decided that we're just going to have a really chilled, quiet Christmas here. And then for Christmas dinner, we're going to go to Mum's.
Nice.
So Mum's just going to, like, Mum was like, you're going to have, like, potentially a 2-week-old baby.
Yeah.
You can't be, like, hosting for, like, 26 people. So...
No, that's mental.
We're gonna go to Mum's for dinner, which will be lovely, because then that means I can really enjoy the morning at home with the kids and all the presents, and then literally just I could
that's so
I
nice.
don't know
And
how
also
I'm gonna
you
be
need
feeling.
that. You just want to go to Mum's. Mum cooked dinner. You can put your feet. You can go home. There's going to be no mess apart from a bit of wrapping paper. Like, you haven't got to worry about the dishes, the clearing up. All of it. That's perfect.
Exactly.
And do you have any plans? On Boxing Day?
No, we haven't. I love Boxing Day. Like Boxing Days, I love like the food on Boxing Day as well. I think Boxing Day we'll just probably chill at home. I'll probably do some food and just
nice.
we're kind of, because we don't know when the baby's coming. We don't know if the baby's going to be here early.
Yeah, and also you don't know how you're going to feel after having the baby.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. Like you know, you do, because you've done it so recently, but you need a bit of time, don't you, to rest your body after you've given birth. Like,
and also you just can't bother to see anyone. You just feel
shattered,
gross,
exhausted,
night feeds, and you just want to lay about in your pajamas. But I'm sure that I can fill people in on the next podcast, because we'll be chatting and stuff like that. But I won't give anything away if Billie has a baby, because we're going to save that for when she comes back. So we want the full dealo when you're back in the new year. But yes, we will miss you.
Thank you
very much.
And I know I'm going to miss this as well. But obviously, when we come back in Jan in the new year, we're going to have so much to talk about.
Oh, and also, we need to celebrate because we hit 3 million downloads, didn't we?
Yes. That is amazing.
Massive. We are so proud. So thank you for everyone that listens to us.
Thank you, everyone.
We've built a really nice little community, I feel like, now on here, which is great. And it's great because I was at this Lego event the other day, and a lady come up to me and she was like, I listen to the podcast every week, and I get that quite often now, actually.
So do
really
I.
Nice.
I do. And it is really nice, because you think, like, people, like, you just think, oh, it's, little older.
Well, you don't realise. But also, I think it's because on here it's very chatty and we're talking about our week. I don't do that on Instagram because I don't have the time. Like, I don't speak to Instagram, if you know what I mean. So that I don't
really like share enough. Like,
I don't share as much on there. So on here it's like we are really speaking, like, how we usually do, catching up, chatting, talking about things and stuff. So yeah. So thank you. We hit 3 million. Woo!
Yes, thank you, everyone.
And we'll see you in the new year, sister.
Well, I will see you all in the new year.
2023. Yeah.
Yes, 2023. And I'm not sure how I'll be coping. My hair will probably be out here. I'll probably have...
You'll be fine.
Bags under my eyes and all
that matters is you've got your batch cooking in the freezer.
Exactly. And also, don't forget, you can listen to the podcast ad-free on Amazon Music. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in the new year.
Love you.
Love you.
Peace out. Happy New Year.